Hello. How's it going? If you can hear me and see me, give me a Y in the chat box. If you can hear me and see me, give me a Y in your chat box. All right, cool. I'll give everybody a few minutes to hop on in. And we will get ready to get started. Everybody a few minutes to hop on in. Huh? Everybody know? Okay. Give everybody a few minutes. Come on. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Should have got a water, but we'll give everybody a few minutes to come on in, and then we are going to hop right into it, get after it today. Things gotta go from there. How's everybody doing on this Saturday morning? This is gonna be engaging, interactive. I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna be asking y'all questions. I'll even let some of y'all hop up on the mic and talk if you want or need. Um, but I like to vibe with the community. So I'm looking forward to hopping into it. So when I ask y'all questions, you gotta engage. Okay, you gotta type in the chat. You have to hop up on the mic. You gotta be here, be involved, be engaged. Okay. So with that, tell me where you all are tuning in from. Where you all tuning in from? What city, state, country? Where y'all tuning in from? Let me know in the chat. DC. Okay. All right, we got DC. Love DC. Spent some time in DC. Where else we got? San Antonio. Okay, I've been to San Antonio once. Alexandria, VA. Albany, New York. Okay. Been to San Antonio. Been in DC. North Carolina. Okay. What else we got? South Carolina. All right, we got both the Carolinas in here. Chi-Town. What's goody? Home. Always. North Jersey. All right. Cali. What's up, Cali? I'm actually in Cali right now. Vanessa is in Dallas. Okay. Dallas. All right. Houston. Okay. We covering the country. I didn't see South Florida. We typically have a good okay. Houston. Yeah. All right, we got the East Coast, we got the Midwest, we got the South, we got the West Coast. So we covering the country. Love to hear it, love to see it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get ready to hop into this. So we won't be here too long on this Saturday morning. And we'll learn some things. And then we will have an opportunity um to join the program. Okay. So if that's cool with you all, do I have your permission to tell you about Trade Like the Pros and what we do over here? If I got your permission for that, give me a yes in your chat box. Say yes, I'm ready. Give me a yes, I'm ready in your chat box. Okay. Good, 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 good. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Okay. I'm going to get ready to share my screen. And we're going to get ready to hop right into this thing. Okay. So we got the covering the whole country, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, the South. Love it. All right, here we go. Welcome to Trade Like the Quants. All right, we're gonna get ready to hop into it. But first, as always, we will go over our disclaimer, okay? So trading and investing contains substantial risk. It's not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than their initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Hypothetical performance results have many inherent limitations, some of which are described below. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. In fact, there are frequently sharp differences between hypothetical performance results and the actual results subsequently achieved by any particular trading program. One of the limitations of hypothetical performance results is that they're generally prepared with the benefit of hindsight. In addition, hypothetical trading does not involve financial risk, and no hypothetical trading record can completely account for the impact of financial risk of actual trading. For example, the ability to withstand losses or to adhere to a particular trading program in spite of trading losses are material points which can also adversely affect actual trading results. There are numerous other factors related to the markets in general or to the implementation of any specific trading program which cannot be fully accounted for in the preparation of hypothetical performance results, and all which can adversely affect trading results. Trade Like the Pros, Trade Like the Quants, our app, courses, and live trade rooms are for educational purposes only. We are not trying to sell you securities, okay? This is not a get-rich-quick plan. This is a program for you to be able to learn, earn, and return. We are not your investment advisors, and this app, course, and live trade rooms are not trying to sell you securities. You are responsible for your trading, both gains and losses. Trade Like the Pros, Trade Like the Quants, and all individuals affiliated with the app, course, and live trade rooms assume no responsibilities for your trading and investment results. Information, strategies, how-to videos, and all other features are for educational purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. Look at the app, courses, and live trade rooms as platforms that are teaching you skills that once you learn, you will have the opportunity to produce an income whenever and from wherever you are in the world with the internet connection. The course is for you to actually learn the principles and hopefully teach your family now and for generations to come. Okay, so today I want to start with my why and why I do this. Because I get this question a lot. I used to get it a lot online, but I definitely get it a lot in person, when people kind of like find out who I am and what I do and why I do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So today I want to start with why. I think it's very important to understand your why as a person and understand why you are here today and why I am here today as far as this program. So my first why is because my personal goal is to be the best investing and trading manager of all time. Okay, that's like literally one of my goals. So here you can see me being featured at the New York Stock Exchange a couple months ago. Okay, I was being interviewed live from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange for several different media outlets, being featured for not only this course, but as I'm preparing to take my fund public on the New York Stock Exchange, which is something that I'm very honored and excited about. But this is literally one of my main whys, because one, as I teach our students, when you make money in these markets, you want to pay yourself first, and you want to pay yourself as the market makes money available to you. And I am a giver by nature, and I want to help and I want to serve. But one of the things one of my mentors taught me very early was you cannot pour from an empty cup, right? So even if you are a giver, and even if your why is helping and serving, you have to be able to get to a point to understand that you can't even help people properly if you are not sustained, if you are not full. You can be able to help them from your overflow and when your cup runneth over, but you have to have your goals, you have to know your why, you have to fill up your cup first and foremost. If that makes sense, I want you to give me a I am number one in your chat box, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. So my why is rooted in I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be the best investor and trader of all time. I have goals and I want to reach those goals. And yes, I may have a heart of helping, I may have a heart of serving, I may have a heart of giving, but I have to be able to take care of myself. I have to be able to fill my cup, and I have to be able to help people from that overflow. Because if you know, if you are a helper, if you are a giver, if you are a server, you know that takers have no problem just continuing to take. Okay, so you are number one. That is your number one why. That is my number one why. Now, from there, I can work outward. Okay. All right. So that's my first why. My second why is because I'm a very avid learner, and I love to do research, and I love to get to the details and the atomic level of why things work, right? And so what you are seeing here is you're seeing a picture on the corner of Wall Street and Water Street. So even if you are in New York, you can go to the corner of Wall Street and Water Street right now, and you can see this plaque memorialized and dedicated to the slaves. Why is this important? Yes, the market doesn't care about your race, your religion, your creed, your gender. The market is a market, it's non-biased, it's non-emotional, and it's moving money. However, I do believe that it's important for people, and specifically African American people who live in America, to know their history and to know the history of these markets, because 1 out of every $9 that circulates through the planet goes through Wall Street. Let me say that again. 1 out of every $9 that circulates through the planet goes through Wall Street. And so this picture is very powerful and very important to me, because the origins of Wall Street was literally built for slaves and by slaves. So the original location of Wall Street was the original location of the American slave trade. And so in the late 1600s, the slave trade was picking up, and farmers and plantation owners, they were buying slaves, and they were trading these slaves. And at this location was the court was the marketplace where they were buying and selling slaves. And because of that, they created the futures market, and they began to create futures and forward contracts, because they wanted to lock in prices for their slaves, for their property. And so this marketplace got so popular because they were trading slaves there so frequently that people start to set up businesses around that location. And the businesses got so popular and was making so much money that the businesses began to raise capital and sell equity and sell stock and sell ownership into those companies around there within like the next 100 years. And so about 100 years later, after the slave trade is booming, the New York Stock Exchange, the stock market, was developed right in that area, right around Wall Street. Okay, so the slaves were brought in, they were bought, they were traded, they were contracts were created on them, and they literally built the foundation. They built the architecture of Wall Street, and then literally Wall Street was built off the back of slavery. Because the businesses got so big, then the banking industry came around, Citizens Bank, which eventually became through a merger, JP Morgan and Chase. Okay, that was the banking institution for that area for Wall Street. All right. And the insurance agency, Travelers Insurance, came because the land farmers and plantation owners wanted to get insurance on their property, and slaves were considered property at that time. And so if the slave died en route or the slave died on the plantation, they would get an insurance payout from property damage. And so literally the slave market, Wall Street, the banking industry, and the insurance industry was all built off the back of the interatlantic slave trade. Okay. So that's very important. And so when I was honored on Wall Street and featured in doing this content and shooting on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange a couple months ago, it was very important for me to go and find and see this plaque. And I had mixed feelings about it, right? Grateful that I'm able to live off of trading, to be a professional trader, to teach people how to trade. But also it was a wholesome moment or a moment of silence, if you will, because literally I know, my ancestors and our ancestors were, bought and sold and traded on this place, just a couple hundred years ago. And so that was in the late 1600s, 1690. The first stock exchange didn't come till late 1700, right? So the futures market came before the stock market, all right? And then in 1972 was the first time a Black person was able to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. So literally 254 years later was the first time, right? And so we're still relatively new in this game. And this is why I always want to give the real, give the facts, give the data, and give the truth, because it removes the emotion and it allows people to be able to be informed, make objective, data-driven decisions, right? So this is wrapped up in my why, literally giving people the actual facts of what has actually happened, what it really is, and what's really going on. And to be able to know and understand it and have that as your foundational base is very important. Again, this is overall, this is not about race, religion, and creed, etc., but this is about historical facts, and you need to know, okay? Before we even get into talking about trading and investing, because if you don't even know where these markets come in, you don't even know what you're doing, you're not trading or investing, you're gambling, okay? And I don't want that for you, all right? So if this is your first time ever hearing this, if you were today years old, I want you to give me a today in your chat box. If you were today years old when you learned this about the capital markets, that it was started off the backs of slaves and it was started off of slavery, give me a today in your chat box. And I see a bunch of our students in here, so I know for a fact, we've taught this and showed this and giving you this, okay? But it's very, 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 very important for you to know and understand that. And so again, I'm starting today with my why and walking you through why I do what I do in general for myself and for the community, okay? The next why, AI is not coming. Okay. AI is not coming. AI is here. All right. And I'm actually going to stop sharing for this one because I want to have face-to-face talk or face-to-camera talk. Okay. Last week, Microsoft, a $1 trillion company, laid off 6,000 people. Okay. One of the top companies in the world with millions, billions, and trillions of dollars worth of value laid off 6,000 people. And one of those people just so happened to even be their head of AI, okay? AI is replacing jobs by the second, by the minute, and by the hour. There is no question about how fast this is moving. And I pray we all be ready. But let me say this, because I mentioned this on my Instagram page yesterday. If you do not have a skill set that enables you to make money while you are sleeping, you will work until you die. Or you may be released, let go, or fired from your job before that because you may be replaced by AI and technology. Okay? This is a real thing. If you do not know how to make money while you sleep, if you do not have a skill set that you can bet on yourself and people pay you directly, and you are not dependent on a corporation or a job to feed you, then you can't give them permission to starve you. Okay? Let me say that again. AI is not coming. AI is here. Okay? I have been in some of the most leading technology rooms on the planet, and I promise you, not only is it speeding up, but it's going to go faster than any of you all can ever imagine. Okay? So why am I doing what I'm doing? Because data shows that our community is typically left behind. And when you are left behind, the modern technology of the day, that's the easiest way for you to then go right back into being dependent on other people and right back into different forms of slavery. Why were slaves bought and sold and traded? Some of it was done by their own people and community, but also because they were behind the technology of the time. Because the technology of the time was guns and machinery, weaponry, and they didn't have that. So they were not able to even compete in the global war and got captured, right? Some were sold and shipped off by their own people, but the majority of them were captured because they didn't have the technology of the day to stand their ground and hold their own. Right now, everybody on the planet, white, black, yellow, green, is an equal opportunity. It is democratization. 99% of black people don't know about AI and how to use it. 99% of white people, Asians, Mexican, Hispanics, European, don't know about AI and don't know how to use it. Okay? Get you a skill set, learn about AI, learn how to use AI in your skill set so that you are at a very bare minimum average or above average. Okay? I choose for my skill set to be trading and investing. I choose for my skill set for me to put my money to work for me so that I don't have to work for my money. Okay? Get you a skill, whether it be trading or investing or not, whether you end up joining my program or not, get you a skill that you can bet on yourself, that you can make money, while you sleep, and that your money can be working for you. If that makes sense, give me a money in your chat box, because at the end of the day, we live in a capitalistic society, and if you don't have money, you will not survive. Okay? Money. Let's just keep it a buck here. Okay? Very straightforward, very direct. It is what it is, but we have to be aware of these things. We have to acknowledge these things. We have to look in the mirror, and we have to have real conversations with ourselves, and we have to make adjustments. Okay? Nobody's coming to save you. You got to save yourself. All right? AI is here. Make the adjustments. Okay? So now let's talk about how I do money.
Here with these failed crypto exchanges.
Yeah, I have a game plan and I'm going to stick to it.
All right, so what's the big takeaway? What does it mean for people looking to invest in crypto?
Yeah, number one, it was fraud.
All of that within a month outside of my initial investment to pay for this course. I didn't have to risk any of my funds. I'm 21 years old.
I have been learning, trading, and investing from Dion since I was 17 years old.
If you get in the program, Dion will teach you everything you need to know in order to be a consistent and profitable winner.
Strategies that I've learned in this course will make me a consistent profitable trader probably for the rest of my life.
Okay, so for those of you all who do not know me, hello again. My name is Dion Pouncil. I am a licensed Series 3 professional trader and quantitative hedge fund manager. My trading system has generated over $30 million in funded traders just in the last 12 months. Okay, I've been doing this for, I'm licensed as a professional trader and working in hedge funds and running my own hedge funds for almost 10 years now. But I've been teaching this program or various programs online for like the last 5 years. I've distilled complex strategies into learnable frameworks, and we have over 25,000 students in our various programs online. This program combines technical precision with psychological discipline for trading success. So I started with my why, but this is how I actually do what I do. I'm a licensed professional, okay? And I teach real strategies. I teach real professional approaches, and I teach exactly what we actually do in the professional world. So let me be very, very clear. Today, okay, it was no sound. It's all good. You've seen the video. We'll get the sound fixed down the road. But more importantly, I just wanted you to be able to see that, like, I know there's a lot of random people on the internet. And I know a lot of people talk about they know how to trade and they could teach you how to trade. And I know the default is they take you up and down this roller coaster of these chart patterns. But if this is your first time hearing me, let me be super clear. Chart patterns are bullshit. Very clearly. Professional traders, we don't need charts. They are visual representation of what shows you of what's going on in the order book. Back in the day, they used to call it the ticker tape or the time and sales window. But let me be abundantly super clear. Over here, on the green profitable side of the markets, we use data, we use math, we use financial modeling, we use back testing, we use the computers to do the analysis and the majority of the work for us, because that's what professional traders do. That's what quantitative traders do, okay? Chart patterns are not real. And if you believe they are real, by all means, DM me, prove to me that they are real. We can get on a live stream. You put up a minimum of $25,000 to $100,000 on your chart pattern strategy. You put it against my algorithm, and we'll do a winner take all. Okay? Men lie, women lie, numbers and results don't lie. Okay? $30 million in funded traders over the last year. We've created 4, 5, 6, and 7-figure traders in these programs, and our students have made millions of dollars. Okay? So yes, I just wanted to be able to share that and talk about that. Okay? And give you a little bit of insight of who I am if you are relatively new to me. All right? So now you've learned why I do what I do. I've talked to you a little bit about how I do what I do. So now let me actually teach you what it is that I do and what I actually teach. And in today's live session here, I'm actually going to teach you an actual mathematical, data-driven, provable strategy. So at a very bare minimum, you have some value from joining this session today, and you actually learned something, okay? So let's talk about what it is a trader and a professional trader actually does, okay? So what is a quantitative trader? A quantitative trader is a combination of a person that is a programmer, computer programmer, okay? And a person that is a trader, okay? So a quantitative developer combines financial expertise with programming skills to create automated trading systems, okay? So once these automated trading systems are created, there's no human manual discretionary trading. Once it's created and you find the strategy and the system through the back testing and historical results and the data proven approach, then it's programmed into a automatic computer trading algorithm, automatic computer trading robot that can trade for you or generate the signals for you. Okay, a quant designs algorithms that executes trades based on mathematical models. There's no discretionary, no human trading. We analyze massive data sets to identify high probability trading setups. We build backtesting frameworks to validate strategies, and we optimize execution speed for market advantage. Okay, this is not about chart patterns. This is about real data. This is about real facts. This is about things that you can actually prove. These are things that you can actually put in a step-by-step process, in a scientific method that people can follow, whether they know you or not, whether they know anything about the process or not. You can put it in a step-by-step system that A or B can follow, and they can go ahead and execute so they could try to get to C. Okay, if that makes sense of what a quant is, give me a Q in your chat box. And at the end of this, I will open it up for questions and answer any of your questions as well. But I wanted to talk about like what an actual quant is. So you heard me talking about quantitative trading and trade like the quants and what is a quant, etc. That's what a quant actually does. Just so you know, at a very, very minimum, when you hear this word moving forward, you understand, oh, okay, quantitative trading, algorithmic trading, that's what they actually mean. That's what they actually do. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know what it is, if you don't know what the words mean, the strategies are not going to mean anything, right? You can have the best strategy in the world. I could tell you I got the best strategy in the world, but if I'm using words that you don't even know what they mean, none of the strategies are going to matter. It's going to go over your head. You're going to feel lost in the sauce, or it's going to feel like you're drinking from a fire hose and you'll be overwhelmed, right? So, and that's how we also start the program. We start the program with a glossary where I'm able to break down the words and actually teach you the words of Wall Street and teach you the words of professional traders and investors so that you can have the foundational building blocks to have a profitable trading journey. Okay, because if you don't know what the words mean, it's a very high probability you're not going to understand the concepts, you're not going to understand the strategies, and you're not going to understand what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing and you don't understand what you're doing, you're not trading or investing, you're gambling. Okay, and I don't want that for you. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about the top 3 quants of all time. And everything that I tell you all today, feel free to Google it, feel free to research it, feel free to ask ChatGPT. You can literally ask ChatGPT, who is Dion Pouncil? And it will literally tell you, right? That's another thing that separates me from the random person you might come across on YouTube. Like, even your favorite AI tool will tell you who I am, okay? So let's talk about the top 3 quants of all time. Why I like to do this is because when I grew up, I played baseball, basketball, and football, right? And when I was playing sports, I studied the greats because I wanted to be great. And then I started finding tuning who I was studying based off of the position that I was playing. So I had the opportunity to play shortstop from high school to college, and then I played second base when I played a little bit of professional baseball. So when I was growing up, Derek Jeter was my favorite player. So I studied Derek Jeter's game, and I wanted to mirror my game off with Derek Jeter. When I got into trading, investing, and finance, I wanted to learn who were the best traders and investors of all time. And then once I decided that I wanted to be a quantitative trader and run an algorithmic hedge fund, I started studying the best quant traders. And so here are the top 3 quant traders of all time. Jim Simons, who just died last year, he was the founder of Renaissance Technology. He had a 66% annual return average for over 30 years. He did over 66% return for 30 years straight. And he managed 2 funds simultaneously, and each fund had over $50 billion. Let me say that again, just so we understand. He managed over $100 billion, all algorithmic, all quantitative, no human trading, okay? They average 66% return. The average S&P 500 return per year is 7 to 10%. He outperformed that by 59% for 30 years straight, okay? Again, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. And if these are the best traders of all time and they're not using any manual trading, they're not clicking any buttons, and they're not using any chart patterns, then this is who I want to model my game off of. Because when I got into the game, I didn't have billions of dollars. I didn't have algorithms, et cetera, et cetera. I had a goal, some self-determination, and some willpower to will myself into this. I do not have a college degree, okay? I'm from the south side of Chicago. I'm from a single parent home, okay? And I've defied a lot of odds. And I was able to do that because I was able to lock in on truth. I was able to lock in on what was real. I was able to lock in on setting my goals defined around what some of the greats were doing, and then added my sauce to it. And then I had patience, self-control, and discipline to execute. So if I'm getting into the trading game, whether you are a beginner or not, I would want to know who is the best, who has the data, who has the proof to show that they are that guy or that girl. And then I want to study them, and I want to model my game after them, just like I did when I was playing sports, okay? Ken Griffin, who's still around today, he's actually from Chicago. He dropped out of Harvard his freshman year to start his hedge firm. And now he manages Citadel Securities and Citadel, the hedge firm. So Citadel, the hedge firm, manages billions of dollars. And Ken Griffin himself is now worth $35 billion. And Citadel Securities is now the world's #1 market maker. And they are the market maker and transact basically over 2/3 of all trades done on the planet. Okay. And so again, all algorithmic, all computers, all data driven, and millions and billions of dollars. Okay. And then D.E. Shaw. Why this is actually cool is because not only is D.E. Shaw one of the top hedge firms around, they manage over 60 billion, and they do a lot of AI and applied sciences. But for those of you all who don't know, Jeff Bezos, yes, one of the world's richest people in history and on earth right now, he was a hedge fund manager at D.E. Shaw, before he started Amazon. So if you've ever watched like the Jeff Bezos movie or read a book about him, about articles, he had a very deep conversation with David Shaw when he was thinking about founding Amazon and thinking about leaving. He was already a successful trader and hedge fund manager, and left Wall Street and left D.E. Shaw to create Amazon. And in the beginning, he left a hedge fund job where he was literally a manager to start an online book company, right? But obviously it worked out for him. But D.E. Shaw is David is one of the top quants on the planet. Okay. If today is your first time ever learning about any of these people, give me a 1 in your chat box. If today is your first time ever learning about any of these people, give me a 1 in your chat box. Okay. All right. And again, this is why I say it's different over here, right? We giving you things that you can research and that you can prove and know for yourself. But also, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. And once you have it and once you know it, no one can take it from you. And that's what I want for you, because that's the skills and that's the data and that's the information and that's the power that you need moving forward. You need to have skills, knowledge, and information that you can have and bet on yourself so that you can win in these future markets, okay? All right. So men lie, women lie, results don't lie. So before I go forward into anything else, I'm going to pull up our Discord channel. You can see this is our Trade Like the Pros Discord channel. And you can see if you, I'm gonna share this link. I'm gonna drop it in the chat, okay? This is our free Discord link. And we got free signals in here, we got help channels, we got AI in here, everything. I'm not gonna go over that right now. But if you go into our free Discord right now, you can scroll back all the way to last May when I launched the Trade Like the Pros program, because I typically launch like a program a year. And you can see all the money, all the wins people are making. This person before 11:03 a.m. on May 19th made $1,500, right? This person before 11:02 a.m. made $554, right? Real life, real people, real trades, trading every day. You can go in here for absolute free and find out if I'm real, if this community real, and people are actually making real money all day, every day, getting funded. This person got funded $750,000 in one day, okay? From a prop firm account, teaching, executing the strategies. This person got funded with 50,000. Again, men lie, women lie. You could go in this wins channel and you could just scroll all the way back to the beginning of this Trade Like the Pros program. This person made $2, $3, $4, $5, about $8,000, maybe about $7,000 that day. Okay, and this is not sitting in front of the screen all day, every day. This is less than an hour or two of work, quote unquote work, turning these algorithms on and having the algorithms trade for you fully automatically. Okay, we get to it over here. And you could literally scroll back all the way to May. You could just keep going. Okay, just so you know it's the real deal over here. Okay, that's one thing I want to show you. I'm gonna drop that free chat in the chat box right there. You could join our Discord absolutely free. You can go through, you know, and see and learn it for yourself. Like, wow, these are real everyday people. Most of them never traded before joining my program. And you can see the type of money that they're making. We've made millions and millions of dollars collectively as a community. We have 4, 5, 6, and 7-figure traders per year. If you are currently in one of my programs and you make money from what I teach you, give me a $ in your chat box, okay? Because I do see some of our students in here. If you are one of my students currently in any of my programs and you make money off of what I teach you, give me a $ in the chat box, okay? Men lie, women lie, results don't lie, okay? So why also am I talking about numbers? I talked about, I'm from the South Side of Chicago. I talked about, I played professional sports, which also I defied the odds as a young Black man growing up in the murder capital of the world at that time, in a single parent home, defied the odds, played sports, got out of the hood, went to college, and then I ended up going pro. So like I said, I don't have my degree, but I was able to get a baseball and academic scholarship to get out of the hood, right? But I'm bringing up these numbers because, again, we can't argue with data, facts, and truth. Matter of fact, you can argue, but you're going to be arguing with yourself, okay? So one of my mentors, my first investor ever, he was he was a part of the original group that started ESPN, okay? He was the first person to ever cut me a check for my business. And he said he was a part of scaling ESPN globally. He was the head of ESPN2. He was in ESPN China for 10 years and grew out the entire global infrastructure of ESPN. And he said while he was over there, he learned that America exports Black people in the the 3 Mikes: Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Mike Tyson, right? Entertainment. We want to be rapper, actor, singer, dancer, or ball player when we grow up because that's what the media portrays us as. That's what we get exported as from a content development standpoint. But here are the odds of becoming a professional in that thing, okay? Success in elite careers requires beating astronomical odds. Whereas anybody with the mindset and the patience, self-control, and discipline can become a quant trader. Not anybody can become a pro athlete, right? College athletes alone is only a 3% conversion rate. So that's not even talking about the kids that's in Little League, Pop Warner, high school. This is talking about the elite athletes that actually even made it to college. And there are levels to college ball. You got D1, D2, D3, and then there's levels to D1. You got high level D1 and mid majors and lower tier D1. So even for college athletes alone, it's only a 3% chance for a college athlete to even become a professional athlete. Okay? To become a professional actor, that you're making a full-time living off of acting, you only got an 8% chance of doing that. And to become a professional rapper or a musician that's securing a major label, you only got about a 0.1% chance to do that. Whereas just from starting, just from being born, you got a 2.4% chance of becoming an elite, quant trader. Okay, so you got a 24x better odd to become a quant trader than you do a professional athlete, just from an apples to apples comparison. Okay, why is this important? This is important in general because these are the facts and it's data, and you can argue with whoever you want to argue with, but here are the numbers. Okay, but then also for our community in particular, if you want to be around and be successful and you want to be rich and wealthy in the future, you have a higher probability of doing that through trading and investing than rapping, acting, singing, dancing, and playing ball. Okay, and that's just the real. Okay, because again, if you don't know these things, then you're already at a disadvantage. And if you are a parent, or if you are an uncle or aunt or a doctor who has youth in your life, you can be able to talk to them about real things. Now, if they're talented, let them play their sport for as long as they play their sport, because it can create avenues for them and they can make money off that in the future. But no matter what athlete you are, no matter how great you are, at some point, you're going to have to hang up the cleats. You're going to have to be a business person, or be a mom or dad, or be a adult and take care of yourself. And if your sport is not providing that money for you, or you didn't get to a level in that sport where you can retire, or you're not doing enough in your acting or in your music career to generate the funds to live your lifestyle, then you're going to have a skill set that you're going to have to be able to make money. If that makes sense, give me a why in your chat box. Again, we're just talking about absolute Snapple facts. These are the odds of you reaching these elite levels just from being born. We're not talking about race. We're not talking about height. We're not talking about athleticism. We're not talking about gene makeup. We're not talking about environment. We're not talking about location. We're not talking about all the other stuff you got to consider. We're just talking about just the data here. Okay? All right. Now, again, I told you whether you join my program or not, I'm going to actually teach you something today. And this is the takeaway, that no matter where you are in your trading and investing journey, whether you've never made a trade before, whether you've never made an investment before, I'm about to give you the #1 strategy that professional traders use on Wall Street. And you can use it from high frequency trading in nanoseconds all the way up into long-term generational wealth investing. Okay, this is what I like to call free game. Okay, I'm going to give you the strategy and I'm going to break it down for you so that you know exactly what it is. And so this is also because I believe in giving value. And if you like the way that I teach and you like the realness of it, and you believe that you can work with me, you believe that you could be a successful trader, you could believe you could be our next $1 million trader, then I'm going to give you an opportunity to join the program. So if you are ready to learn the #1 trading strategy on Wall Street, give me a yes, I am in your chat box. Give me a yes, I am in your chat box. Okay. This is the #1 strategy. It can be automated. It can be traded fully automatically. It can be done from trading all the way through investing. Okay. All right, here we go. It's called mean reversion. Okay. The number one strategy on Wall Street is mean reversion. And then I'm going to actually give you the number one strategy tool that we use that you can prove with math and execute on no matter what instrument or what asset class. Okay. So what is mean reversion? Okay. Mean reversion is where price is able to be quantified, first of all, that you know the price, and then you're able to identify through statistics, through an actual data point, that price has deviated. It has temporarily moved from its historical average value. So the word mean, can somebody tell me what's the other word for the word mean? Can anybody tell me? Type it in the chat box. What is the synonym for the word mean? Yes, average. We got some smart people in here. Let's get it. Love it, love it, love it, right? So mean reversion is saying that something has a historical average price of what it trades at. And that is a data point, okay? And then over time, it may trade away from that historical average up or down. And that's actually also a data point, something that we can prove with math and the historical data, okay? And so what mean reversion is saying is that at some point, there's going to be an equilibrium force. What does that mean? It means that some point, the market pressure is eventually going to pull prices back towards its mean. It's going to revert. It's going to reverse. It's going to come back to that average price or that average pricing area. And when things get out of whack and they get out of their equilibrium, there is an edge right there. There's a trading opportunity. There's an opportunity to make money, to fade that move, to trade the inverse of what that market is doing. And so you can do this with math by your hand. I'm going to show you. You can do this with computers. And you can do this fully automatically because you can make algorithms identify these extreme deviations, and you can execute these counter trend trades to put yourself in a position where you have a high probability opportunity that you've identified that the market has moved away from its average price statistically, and you can put yourself in a position to say it's a high probability that this thing is going to revert back to its mean. It's going to revert or reverse and go back closer towards its average price. And that is mathematical edge, everybody. That is data-driven, proven edge that we can find over and over and over that can be a high probability profit mechanism for you, because those profits are realized when price normalizes and goes back to its statistical average, okay? If that makes sense, give me a MR in your chat box, and we're going to go deeper into it. I'm going to break this all the way down and make it plain for you. And you're going to be able to do this whether you're trading or investing, and you're going to be able to do this for free. Okay? This is free game right here. And this is the most number one used strategy on Wall Street. And now I'm about to give you the number one tool on how to do it. Okay? Again, men lie, women lie, numbers and results don't lie. And I'm showing you by mathematical proof that professional traders literally do not need a chart to trade. Okay? You don't need a chart to get the price data. You don't need a chart to get the average price data. You don't need a chart to get a statistical level of deviation. These are all price and data points. You don't need a chart at all. Okay, so when I say chart patterns are bullshit or chart patterns are not real and professional traders don't use them or don't need them, I'm literally giving you the proof right now, right here in real time. And everything that I'm telling you, you can Google it, you can research it, you can have a conversation with ChatGPT about it and ask it about what it is that I'm telling you. And if you like that and you believe that, I got some stuff for you, okay? All right, so the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, is a crucial benchmark for quantitative traders seeking execution efficiency. So I've already told you that the best traders in the world, proven, are quants. Jim Simons, Ken Griffin, David Shaw, Cliff Asness, Ray Dalio. These people are quantitative traders, data-driven traders, using algorithms, okay? And this is the #1 strategy of all Wall Street. Now, there are multiple strategies, yes, but this one can be used for trading and investing. This one can be mathematically proven, and this one can be put into an algorithm to trade for you fully automatically, okay? So the VWAP, if you never learned anything else from me, learn about the VWAP and learn about mean reversion, okay? So the VWAP is a calculation method. It is the volume weighted average price. We can actually calculate it. We can calculate it with math. We can calculate it with our hands, writing it out. We can calculate it with the computers doing it for us. The VWAP averages price by weighting each transaction, because each transaction is a buy and a sell, and that's a data point, and that is tracked also by volume, okay? And it's tracked for every single trade throughout the day. Every single time a trade is executed on the asset class, on the instrument that you are looking for, or that you are trading, or that you are investing, every single trade is a transaction, is a data point, and can be tracked. And then because every single one is tracked, you can then identify with math, with data, with your eyeballs, the actual average price of those transactions. If that makes sense, give me a VWAP in your chat box. Literally, you do not need a chart to do this. Every trade, every transaction is documented, and every one is a price point that is calculated from that marketplace buying and selling, and those are data points that we can actually track, and we can get the average price, okay? It is a benchmark. It is a institutional traders use the VWAP, institutional traders, professional traders, big money boys and girls use the VWAP to measure execution quality against the market average. We can then find the average, and then this also helps us find the trend. Because when price is above the VWAP, it's showing bullish momentum, meaning people are looking to buy. They believe that the market is going up. When the VWAP, when the price is under the VWAP, it shows bearish sentiment. It shows that people are selling. It shows that people are negative on that market, right? So it shows you the average price by data, and it shows you the trend with data, right? So not only are you getting the data, you're getting the average price, you are also able to see the trend very clearly, okay? And with algorithms, you can apply quant systems to incorporate the VWAP for optimal entry and exit points and market analysis, everybody. We're not hoping, we're not wishing, we're not praying, we're not guessing. We're using math and data and facts to make educated, data-driven decisions with our money, to put us in high probability positions to be consistently profitable. Anybody can get in the market, click a button, make a trade, and they got a 50-50 shot to make some money or not. That's not trading or investing, that's gambling. I want you to have data on your side, stack those odds in your favor, and then let the chips fall where they may. If this makes sense, and you can see this, and you can see how this makes sense, give me a Y in your chat box. Okay? This is real life over here. All right? So now I'm going to talk to you about standard deviation, because I told you the mean reversion strategy, you're able to identify the mean, the average, And then I also told you I was going to teach you how to find the data point on which you know that the market has moved too far away from that mean and not guess. So standard deviation is the mathematical calculation that can be used to tell you, hey, this market has mathematically moved far away from its average price, and it's a high probability is going to start going back towards that average price. This is a data-driven reason to get into a trade. You know what the average price is by data, and standard deviation is going to tell you with a high probability of statistical reference that this is the place, this is the data point that has a high probability for that joint to start going the other way. I cannot express how powerful and important these two mathematical formulas working together, I cannot express how powerful they are. The world's top hedge funds, Citadel as a market maker, the #1 market maker on the planet, their #1 strategy to make markets is the VWAP with the standard deviation. So if you've ever traded before and you've ever looked at something on that chart that said a bid-ask spread and you've seen it moving in real time, that's what's being done. The market makers are deciding what's the average price, what's the selling price, and what's the buying price. And they are buying low and they're selling high. And they're doing that in real time in nanoseconds to make the market so that everybody has an opportunity to get in and out of the trades. And they're doing that through mean reversion in real time. So the standard deviation measures volatility. It quantifies price dispersion around the mean. Higher values indicate greater market volatility. So price dispersion means moving away from its average. And it can track that statistically. Okay? It has a statistical foundation. It's calculated by taking the square root of variance. It reflects typical distance between individual data points and average. Now, I'm giving you the overview. In the course, I break this down to the actual mathematical formula, and then I teach you how to get computers to do this for you in real time, fully automatically, so you don't have to sit there being a quant wizard and doing the math, okay? So although I'm teaching this to you, and this may be your first time, I don't want you to be overwhelmed, because when you join the program, I make this like ABC 1, 2, 3. And then I show you how to get the computers to do it for you fully automatically. Okay? Powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. All right. Trading applications. It sets volatility thresholds for mean reversion strategies, helps quantify risk, and establish position sizing. So not only does this strategy help you identify the average price, not only does it help you identify volatility thresholds with high probability mean reversion locations, but it also tells you or shows you how to manage your risk in the trade itself. Okay? And because if you know, once you really learn how to trade and invest, you're not a trader or investor. You're actually a risk manager. Everything is about protecting the bag and growing the bag. Okay? And Bollinger Bands are another popular ones that you can add and layer on there. Okay? So this is the VWAP plus standard deviation trading strategy. You're combining two powerful concepts to create high probability trading systems. One, it identifies extremes, looking for prices reaching 2 standard deviations away from the VWAP. These represent statistically significant deviations. It gives you the ability to read counter trends and have an entry point to fade that market. You enter trades when price touches 2 standard deviation bands, betting on the reversion back to the VWAP. That gives you statistical probability favors for that mean reversion. So what does that mean? That means that price is here on average. If it goes 2 standard deviations above price, it's a high probability selling opportunity that it will come back down to the average price. If this is the average price and it's 2 standard deviations below the average price, it's a high probability it's going to revert and go back up to the mean. So that's a high probability buying opportunity. Okay. Also, it gives you data-driven entry points and profit-taking exit positions. So you can exit positions when the price reverts back to the mean, when it returns back to the VWAP. This is a systematic, data-driven approach that removes emotional decision-making. This is risk management. You can put your stop loss at the third standard deviation. You can also implement time-based exits, and you can have strict position sizing to keep risk controlled. Now, let me say something real quick. Do you think you need a chart pattern to do what I just showed you how to do? Okay, this is real life. We do this shit over here in real life. This is real, provable, data-driven stuff. Right now, a lot of you all are trading your time for money. Time is a limited, valuable asset. Okay? If you are working for your money, you are trading your time, your energy, your efforts for that money in return. So if you are doing that, why would you then go put that money on some shit you can't prove? A double bottom, triple top, all that bullshit they talk about online. Why would you do that if you can't prove that and substantiate it with math? Right? Does that make any sense? Why would you do that? Right? You wouldn't do that if somebody else told you, hey, if I got a lick, we can make some money. You're like, okay, cool. How does it work? How do we do it? And they're like, okay, cool. We just gonna draw some things on this screen over here. And then when we see it go up and it do this W and it do this loop and back, and then it go down, we gonna get in. Now tell me, if somebody came to you and told you that story, would you put your money there? Would you give them your money, or would you trade that strategy? Give me a yes or no in your chat box. I really want to know. No, right? Well, that's what people are doing all day, every day, when they are talking about their trade and they're using these chart patterns. As for me and my house, it's going to be a hard no. Okay? It's going to be a hard no. And then if they do come to you with that, you're going to be like, prove it to me. Go ahead. Prove it to me. Break it down to me. Show me the real. Show me the math. Give me the step-by-step. Because if they can't give you the step-by-step breakdown, like I just gave you with proof and math, go the other way. Now, granted, yeah, I want you to draw and trade like the quants. I'm biased. I know we get to it over here. But you damn sure shouldn't do that. Okay. All right. We're gonna get ready to hop back in it. Like, let's just call a spade here. Okay. All right. So let's talk about your path to trading like the quants mastery. When you join the program, you're going to get these foundational market approaches. You're going to understand how the markets truly work. I'm going to teach you risk management on how to protect and grow your capital. In this program, for the first time ever, I'm going to teach you how to build your own automated algorithms. I'm going to not only teach you how to trade, I'm not only going to teach you how to invest, I'm going to teach you how to build your own algorithms, and I'm going to teach you how to do it using AI, even if you've never traded before, even if you've never coded before, even if you don't know how to program. I'm going to teach you how to do this. Everybody, I am not a programmer. I have made millions of dollars off of fully automated trading algorithms. I haven't coded one line of code in our algorithms. I have a team of quantitative developers that work with and for me to build my algorithms into strategies. I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use AI to do that for you automatically, so that you have the choice to manually trade, you have the choice to develop your own algorithms, or you have a choice to get your algorithms built by a third party. I'm going to teach you. But once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So you could do it yourself. You could do it with the AI, helping and coding and programming and doing it for you. And you could also get other people to do it. And then you can take those proven data-driven things that I teach you how to do, and you can use it in the market to make money, just like our students do all day, every day in real life. Okay, if that's something you're interested in, I want you to give me a yes in your chat box. I'm going to keep talking to you about how we do what we do now. Okay, give me a yes in your chat box if that's something you want to continue to learn how to do. Okay. All right, so this is the program outline for Trade Like the Quants. When you join, you got the welcome, you got the disclaimer, you have the glossary. I'm going to actually teach you the words. You're going to get the glossary before you get anything else. Because if you don't understand that the words that I'm saying and what I'm teaching, then it's not going to matter. You're not even going to be able to talk to the AI and tell it what to do and what to create. Right? So you're going to get the introduction to the markets and the fundamentals. We're going to take this abundantly slow. We're going to go through the ABCs. We're going to crawl, walk, run. And then you have a 24-hour AI teaching assistant that helps you throughout the program that you can ask any questions about the program in real time. You got a 24-hour AI teaching assistant that comes with the program. Then you also have Agent Q, which is your 24/7 AI trading co-pilot. So yes, a lot of people use ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini and Grok and all that. That's generative AI. It's general information. Our AI is specifically trained on finance, financial technologies, and this course, our actual course, is trained on, and it's helping you in real time, and it's going to help you develop the algorithms. So you're going to go through the course, you're going to learn the course, you have 24/7 AI access to the teaching assistant, you have 24/7 AI to your trading and investing co-pilot, you have live trading sessions with me twice a week. Human Dion will actually show up with you and we'll do this in real time twice a week. Okay, you have the community of Discord that I just showed you. All right, and then you have these lessons and you have a digital trading journal. And I'm going to actually teach you step by step how to invest in stocks and crypto. I'm going to teach you step by step how to day trade and swing trade, futures, options, Forex, and crypto. And then each one of these comes with breakdown strategy how-to videos where I teach you step by step how to do it. Okay? And then at the end, you're going to go through a algorithmic development framework program, and it's going to help you walk through creating your own algorithm so that you know how to do it and no one can ever take it from you. And you have that skill set to do it yourself or work with the AI to do it for you fully automatically. I promise you it's different over here. And I know for an absolute snapple fact, there's not another program on the planet like this that's taught by a professional, that's teaching you professional strategies, teaching you the words, teaching you the program, giving you AI tools in the program that's trained on the world-class finance, trading with you a couple times a week, and with the proven results. I can stand on that, and I can say that very, very confidently. That's the program outline. Okay, so you're going to get Agent Q. Agent Q, as you go through the program, is going to help you with real-time market analysis. You're going to be able to ask it questions. You could be able to send it screenshots. You could be able to literally ask it to help you build algorithms based off of your strategies and your approaches once you learn the framework. Okay. You can also ask it about the course material. So if you're going through the course and you don't understand something that's being said or something that's being taught, you can literally ask it and it will help you in real time. Okay. It's like having me to be able to ask the question or answer the question for you in real time because you can watch the videos 24/7 on your own in real fucking time. Okay. And if you don't like my language, I apologize. Excuse me. I just get very passionate about it. It's all in love, but it's because I believe in this and I stand on it and we prove it. And if you have something that you believe in and that you're passionate about and that you love like this, you're going to have that same energy and you're going to feel it because energy doesn't lie. Okay. Even if you can't articulate it, you can feel it. and energy doesn't lie. And I want you to win. I want our students to win. One, because I love bragging on our students, but two, I just say, look at the scoreboard. Anybody got a question about, is this real and can we do this over here? Yeah, just go look at our wins tab, go look at the scoreboard and see what we're doing over here, okay? So here's what you'll get when you'll sign up. You're gonna get the course, you're gonna get the Trade Club live access, where on Mondays and Fridays, I'm trading live with the community. You could also ask questions there to me in real time, okay? You have the Trade Core Discord channel where you're connected with other like-minded individuals and people who are talking about money, okay? And for people who are trading and investing and doing it and collaborating, et cetera, you're gonna get Agent Q, your AI trading assistant and co-pilot. With the program, it's going to come with 5 fully automated trading algorithms. You're gonna be able to do it manually. You're gonna know it for yourself. I'm gonna break down the strategy step by step. You're gonna know how to do it semi-automatically, where you're gonna be able to let the algorithm generate the signals for you, and you decide if you wanna get into the trade or not. Or you're gonna be able to just turn the algorithm on and let it trade for you fully automatically. So you're gonna get the course, you're gonna get algorithms that trade for you fully automatically already, and then you're gonna be able to get the framework and the AI agent to help you create your own algorithms, okay? And then you're gonna get a digital trading journal so you can track your progress throughout all of this. And if you sign up today with full price, I'm gonna give you one of my hedge firm algorithms. So if you see one of those free channels and you see in the free channel, people posting all of those wins, they've made those wins off of my signals, and those signals are coming from this algorithm. So you get 1 year access to this algorithm where you get the algorithm and the signals Discord channel, specifically as a bonus if you sign up for full price today. It's called the QB Algo and the QB Algo signals, okay? So if you join today, we're gonna have a course kickoff next Saturday, May 31st. You'll get it immediate access if you join today. You can start today. But the course kickoff for your cohort will be next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, okay? You can come with your questions. There's a book list because there's some books I want you to order. So when you join today, you get the book list so you can go ahead and order your books so that you can be ready for your cohort's kickoff call next Saturday at 1 p.m. Okay? Now, if you scan this QR code, it's going to give you the price of the program. Now, typically the program is $5,000. Okay? But today, because I'm live, it's only $3,000. And we break it up, and you can break it up into payments. Now, I will say this. If you sign up for full price at $3K, that's the only way you can get the hedge fund algorithm, the QB algorithm. You can sign up today with the payment plans. So you can split it into 2 payments. It would be $2,000 today, $2,000 next month for $4,000 total. Or you can split it up and you can pay $1,000 a month for the next 5 months with $1,000 today and $1,000 a month for the next 4 months, okay? You could break it up. You could also do Klarna, or you could also do Afterpay when you click on that link, all right? Now, I'm gonna get ready to open it up for questions, okay? I dropped the link in the chat, or you can scan that QR code, okay? You could pay full price today at $3K, or you could break it up into those payment plans if you need. If you break it up though, you just get the course and all the other stuff. You don't get the bonus hedge fund algorithm, okay? You'll get the algorithms that come with the course, but you won't get the bonus one that generates all of those free signals and stuff like that that a lot of people are taking, and it comes directly to your phone. So you can literally be able to trade from your phone wherever you are, okay? So the program is traditionally $5,000. Today, it's $3,000. You can pay full price at $3K, get the whole program, get everything plus the bonuses of the QB Algo and the QB signals, or you could just split the payment up, 2 payments of $2K or 5 payments of $1K, okay? And so now I will open it up and you all can ask any questions, comments, or thoughts that you may have, and I will stick around and answer some of the questions for you, okay? Any questions, any comments, any thoughts? You could drop your questions in the chat box, or you could actually hop up on the mic and ask the question here in real time. Okay? Okay. Any questions? Any comments? Any thoughts? This is the first time I've ever released a program where I'm teaching you how to create your algorithms. Okay. What percentage of your students are consistently profitable? So I got about 25,000 students in my various programs online. This Trade Like the Pros program just launched last year, and Trade Like the Quants, this one just launched last month. I would say for sure over 50%. And that's a good data point. I'll get that, but I'll say for sure over 50%, because I'm also in there trading live a couple times a week with the whole community. And I've had this program for 66 months now. We've only had 2 losing months, and it's all recorded. And you can literally go see the entire library. And we have every single live trading session recorded and in our library for the last 5+ years. And we have our results from that. So 66 months, we don't win every trade, we don't win every day, but we have 64 out of the last 66 months where we've been profitable as a community, all recorded, all live. And then also, you can click in that Discord link I dropped, go into the Discord channel, and you can see every single win from today all the way through last May when I launched the Trade Like the Pros program. Okay. Again, my whole thing is look at the scoreboard, look at the dashboard, look at the results. Okay. We have our own platform that we're rolling people over into. It's called Total. In the past, we used NinjaTrader. But as of this week, we're rolling over everybody into the Total platform. So we have our own brokerage platform as well. Yes. So Mike said, for someone with a 9 to 5, what is the best asset class for a beginner to focus on? Whether you got a 9 to 5 or not, I suggest futures or options because it's a lower barrier to entry. With stocks, if you want to trade, if you want to day trade stock, the FINRA rule is that you need at least $25,000 in your brokerage platform. And I know a lot of people don't have that money to start with. I didn't have that money to start when I got started. I started my first live trading account with $1,500. So to day trade stock, a FINRA rule, you need 25,000. Options start at 1 penny. Futures start at 50 cents. So I always say learn first, then start in the sim where you can trade for free and get to bumps and bruises out. And then you can start with futures or options because it's a lower barrier to entry, cheaper cost to get started. And then with futures, I actually also show you how to do it, but you can do it with prop firms and you can trade without risking any of your own money. So that's the first approach in general. Now, for my 9 to 5 people, and for my people who got jobs, and for my people who say, oh, I can't do this, I don't have time. Well, let me give you some real game here. The United States stock market is open from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. That's just the stock market. The futures market is open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, all the way through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and it only closes 1 hour a day. So I don't care where you are in the world. I don't care what your job is. You could trade in the futures market 23 hours a day. The Forex market, is 23/6 as well. And the crypto market is 24/7. So once I teach you how to trade and invest, you'll be able to trade in any asset class on the planet, and you'll be able to trade from anywhere in the world you got internet connection. So 9 to 5 is no longer an excuse. You could work your 9 to 5, get your bag, and then trade from 6 to 4, 6 to 9. Okay. And I teach you how to do that step by step. All right. Good question though. So that time reason or that time excuse, we're throwing that out of the window. And these strategies work all day, every day on all asset classes. Okay. Good question. Keep the questions coming. Okay. Any of my old students in here, if you've made money, if you want to come on here and talk about the money that you've made or your experience in the program, you can hop on here as well and let the people know that is real and all of that as well. But for sure, keep the questions coming, okay? Any question, any comment, any thought. No question is too big, no question is too small, no question is too smart, no question is too dumb. I'd rather for you to ask the question so you can learn and not be stuck versus not asking the question and still be exactly where you are, okay? All right, says, do we automatically get your platform or do we need to pay for that? So right now, it would be rolled over in a free trial, and then you can figure out if you want to continue with that platform. But the strategies that I teach you, you can execute on mostly any of these platforms. It's a choice. Yep. But when it's offered, it will be offered as a free trial, and then you can decide if you want to keep it. Okay. GW said, I was in Discord before. Do I have to sign up with your Discord? We have a free Discord, and I dropped the link right above. You can go join Discord for free. Go in there and go crazy, lose your mind, have fun, ask questions, get the free signals, et cetera, et cetera. But if you want to get the signals from these programs, if you want to learn what I'm teaching, you want to learn how to do this stuff, yes, you do have to join the program, okay? Wes says, are we able to operate these platforms on both Mac and PC? So that's a very good question. I teach you how to do it in a remote server that allows you to do it on Mac or PC. So it's 100% your choice, okay? Right now, what you see here in the background, that's remoted into my server in Chicago. My server is very close. It's in a data center very close to the exchange in Chicago. And then I remote into it from anywhere in the world because I travel a lot. So like I'm in LA right now. I got to go to Vegas. The Bitcoin conference is in Vegas coming up this week. Then I got to go to Miami. I've been traveling the world since March 17th in business meetings and raising money and doing stuff for my other businesses and companies. And I just log into my server wherever I'm at in the world from my phone, my tablet, my laptop. And I look at these markets and I just watch the algos do what they do. Okay, good question. Renee said, do you have some sort of monthly membership training program, or is it just a one-time training courses? So when you join today, you're in the program. You have lifetime access to the course content as long as the Kajabi platform is around. And then I'm live training with the community twice a week, live in real time. You can get on here, ask questions. We're using algos. We're trading in real time together. Okay. And I said I was going to do that for at least the next year. Just show up live for you all like twice a week. Beyond that, I'm not committing to it. But I did say, I launched this program April 1st. So I will be teaching live at least twice a week around till next April. Okay. And when you join the program, you get access to those live training sessions. Yeah, my pleasure. Listen, I want y'all to win. Y'all making money ain't taking no money away from me in these markets. Okay. And the markets are unlimited. If anybody ever tells you that money is limited, they're either lying to you or they genuinely do not know. Okay. Shout out to the people that's joining the program. Welcome to the family. Okay. Here's the link again. You can click and sign up. You can pay full price, or you can choose the payment plan. Okay. Remember, if you choose the payment plan, you do not get the bonus algorithm, but you still get the course and all of the stuff. Okay. All right. Yolanda said, when creating your trading algorithms, what is the average win rate or percentile that met your criteria after back testing? So I want you to Google Jim Simons, and he has a quote. Jim Simons was the dude I talked about earlier, the #1 quant of all time. He has a quote. He says he only focuses on his algorithm being 51% of the time, being right 51% of the time, 100% of the time. So a lot of newbie traders, they always ask about what's the win rate? What's the win rate? What's the win rate? You can have a 99% win rate, but if your risk to reward ratio is off, you can still lose all your money. You can win 99% of the time, but if that one time you lose, your risk parameters ain't there, it wipes away all of your money. So first and foremost, it's about risk management. That's the #1 thing you should be thinking about is risk management. Okay. Then you could talk about the win rate or the profitability rate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Risk management #1. Okay. And then we ideally like to look at things between 40 to 60% profitability, okay? Because we use math in our risk management, okay? Because if I lose, okay, let me, I just copied that. So this is the exact same link that popped up when I am sending it to you. Okay, let's see. Let me see if these work for you. Let me drop these in here. Okay, so this is the full pay. Let me know if that works. I'll get the other one for you. Okay, this is the split pay. Let me know if these work. All right, and then here is the other split pay option. Okay, so yes, it's about risk management first. Second, then I want to find something with a high probability win rate, right? And then third, I want to make sure that my risk to reward ratio is set up properly. So this is why math rules and math wins, because I can lose a trade 50% of the time and still finish profitable. Not hoping, wishing, guessing, praying, not my emotions. Let's go over the data and the facts, because I like real math. Everybody, I want you to pull out your calculator. Let's do some math together, okay? Men lie, women lie, results and numbers don't lie. So let's just say I take 10 trades, okay? Let's say I take 10 trades, and in each trade, I'm risking $100. And let's say I have a 50% win ratio. And in that trade, I'm risking 2 to 1. That means that for every dollar I risk, I want to make $2. So in that trade, I'm risking $100, and I got a 50% win rate on 10 trades. So if I take 5 trades and I lose them, I lose 100 times 5. How much is that, everybody? How much is that? How much have I lost?
$500.
$500. But I did a 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio. And I won 5 trades. So now I risked 100 to make 200. So I won $200 5 times. How much have I made, everybody?
1,000.
And $1,000 of profit minus $500 of loss leaves me a net profit of what?
500.
The math eliminates all the back and forth. I can lose 50% of my trades and still be profitable with proper risk management. That sounds very interesting. Let's go to a 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So now I just mathematically proved to y'all what Jim Simons was talking about. He said, my main focus is at least 51%, 100% of the time. He like, if I get my joint to 50 to 51% every time, I know by math, I must finish profitable. I must, right? Let's do a 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio. That means for every $100, I want to make $300. So I take 7 trades and I lose them. And I take 100 times 7. How much have I lost, everybody? I take 7 trades, I lose all 7 of them for $100 a piece. How much have I lost?
700.
700.
Thank you. And I only win 3 trades. But in those 3 trades, I won $300. So 300 times those 3 trades that I won. How much have I won, everybody?
900.
And
No.
900 minus 700 is how much?
200.
200.
Every day of the week. Math, everybody. Math. That's what we do over here. Data driven. We not hoping, we not wishing, we not praying, we not guessing. We're studying the markets with math and data, with back-tested, historical proven results. We're layering on high probability strategies between 40 to 60% win rates. And then we're layering on risk management. Okay? Men lie, women lie, charts lie. We don't. Our data doesn't. Our results and our proof doesn't. Okay? All right, I'll take a couple more questions. Would you have any live in-person conference? We got one soon. Right now, I'm looking at September. We're just trying to decide if it's going to be Las Vegas, LA, or Cabo. But yes, we're going to have a big joint coming up in the fall. Okay. Yolanda said, when creating your trading algorithm, what is the average win rate? I can attest that Maverick, NVC, Pulse, and Neo prints money. I have been in my sims and literally watched them work and win. Really glad I purchased Trade Like the Quants. Thank you. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Okay, real life, everybody. My next webinar, I'll keep y'all posted. I haven't decided. Okay. Dion Lewis says, how long is the free trial on Total? It's 14 days. The algorithms that come with the program will be free in total. Or you could buy the algorithms completely separate if you want. And then Total, I think, will be $70 a month for that platform. Okay. Christian, if there are winning algorithms, why would we risk making our own if there's a formula for success already? Respectfully, because you know how. That's it, right? I study the greats and then I add my sauce on it. Mean reversion strategy, the VWAP strategy that I just taught you, you can ride that till the wheels fall off. But then as you learn, you can add things on there, right? So let's just say you knew the mean reversion strategy that I just taught, or you just learned it, but you didn't know anything about risk management, or you didn't know anything about the risk to reward ratio that I just taught you, or I just showed you. You can still lose money. It's the details, Kristen. Well, good question, though. It's the details. Okay? It's the details. Okay, DeAndre said, can you apply this to trade XPX options? Yes, you can. And I will be going over that in the program when you get to the options part of the course. Yeah. Do you hire any students to work for your team? Yes, I actually, one of Portia, our head of sales, actually is she started out as one of our students. And she loves it so much and she making so much money, she actually handles the sales calls. So if you want to hop on a sales call and ask more questions and I'm not around, you could book a call with Portia, and she was one of our students. Yeah. Dion said, hi, Dion, what algo will work best on SPX options? Our post algo does extremely well on that, and QB, my hedge fund algo, does extremely well on XPX options trading. We actually did it yesterday together. We traded the SPY and the ES and the XPX and the QQQ yesterday in the live trading session, and made a substantial amount of money with that live yesterday. Yeah, the details. Yep. And do you know how I could lock in the price for the 3K? Sign up today, or take your time and save up your money and join when you are ready. If you like the way I teach, join. If you can afford it, join. If you're not ready, don't join. If you can't afford it, take your time. Crawl, walk, run. But here's one thing I do know. Okay. People make time and make a way for what they want. We find a way to buy all these luxury items, the red bottom shoes, the luxury purses, the cars, this, that, and the third. But when it comes to investing in ourselves, investing in our mindsets, and investing in our futures, we be hesitant. Where there is a will, there is a way. Now, I don't want nobody to go into bad debt for anything, but people get student loans all the time. And then they still gotta beg somebody for a job. This is a program where you can start today and start practicing today. Start learning today. Getting the live sessions next week. Okay? Any other questions, comments, or thoughts? How do you manage taxes? I am not a tax professional. I focus on what I'm great at. Talk to your tax and accounting person, because each one of your situations are unique and different. You all are individual. You all are at your own starting point. You all have a different starting point of capital and trading. And I focus on what I'm great at, and I outsource the rest. I don't even do my own taxes. Okay? Talk to your tax and accounting professional. All right? Renee said, thank you, Dion, very informative. My pleasure, my pleasure. DeAndre, that's why I asked, when is your next webinar? Next month, I can work, but not at the moment. I believe in the stock markets. Yeah, listen, when you ready, we here. We've been, this program, my various programs been around for 5 years, 25,000 students worldwide. When you ready to get after it, holla at me. Instagram, join the free Discord. Join the free Discord, see it around it, get some of the free signals, make some money off the free signals, see it, feel it, touch it, that is real. But if you are an action taker and you want to get after it, and you see all these wins and you like the way that I'm breaking this down for you, let's get it. All right, time is not waiting for anybody. AI is not waiting for anybody. Okay? It's a lot of, you hear people joining the course and joining the program. The notifications on my phone. Okay, listen, we here for y'all. You got a 24-hour AI teaching assistant. You got a 24-hour trading co-pilot. You got my customer service team that is there from like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. You got me live twice a week in the live trading sessions. You got the program you can watch unlimited 24/7. Instead of streaming Netflix today and this weekend, you could join the program right now and start watching the videos right now, today. And you got a holiday weekend. You can study over the weekend and hop in these live sessions with us literally this week. Okay? Any more questions, comments, or thoughts? No, you do not need to get a license if you don't want. If you want to step up to that, you can, but you can start right now. I started with no knowledge and no money. I had the opportunity to work at a hedge fund, and then I got licensed. That's why I know the professional stuff and I teach the professional stuff. You don't have to go that route if you don't want to, but if you do want to, I'm teaching you the foundational stuff that can take you from that all the way through. Yeah. GW said, if I sell food, how would AI affect that? So there's genetically modified food right now. There's a big lawsuit with the FDA right now because salmon farmers are creating genetically modified salmon, and they're selling it right now in America in grocery stores. And there's big lawsuits because the people are not putting labels on it, telling the American public that they're eating fake salmon and genetically modified salmon. AI is helping creating that salmon and that technology that's generating those. Everything. Technology is touching everything. AI is touching everything. Okay? Our live sessions are on Mondays and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. All sessions are recorded and put in the platform so you can watch the replay. All of our sessions are recorded. You can watch the replay. When this is done being recorded, it's going to be sent out to the community via email and Discord and YouTube. Okay? All right, everybody. Any more questions? Any more questions, comments, or thoughts? All right. Well, look, congratulations on joining and betting yourself and coming to learn. You've already taken a step forward. Okay? For those who are joining the program, congratulations. Welcome to the family. Let's run it up. All right.
This is wild.
It is wild, ain't it? All right. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy your holiday weekend. For those of you all who are joined, welcome. I will see you in the next live trading session. Trade like the Quants. I will see you today at 3 p.m. Eastern for our next live lesson of the week. Love, light, peace, wealth, great health, and abundance to each you all. Have a great day. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.